Good afternoon, guys. Today we are back in the garage tackling the bug yet again. Now, for those of you that know me, know I am a fan of chrome and bright work on the car, and this car doesn't have a lot of it because the previous owner, as you guys can see, the window behind me, has replaced the window with like the cow look style window gaskets, and that is not my favorite. I much prefer the OEM style with the chrome trim around it. So today I'm hoping to tackle the window gaskets with the chrome trim, some gravel guards, as well as some Aussie flash trim from air-cooled accessories. Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first here, we have this whole set of trim from air-cooled accessories. Now, shout out to these guys. They're based out of the UK, I believe, and shipping was a breeze, and the packaging that these came in was super sturdy, including plywood, so they would not get damaged in shipping. These things are super high quality. They're like billet aluminum. So I'm a big fan of that. It even comes with all of the adhesive tape to get those stuck on. So we're going to get those placed, mocked up, make sure we like it. We have these front gravel guards. I wasn't sure about only going with the front and the rear, but my previous bug had the front and I did like the look of that. So we're going to go ahead, start with those, and potentially add the rears as well, because again, I do like chrome and bright work. Last but not least, I have all of the gaskets here for the window, and in the back of the C10 here, we have all of the polished trim to go around the windows. Now, I've never messed with different chrome style gaskets or even old windows on old vehicles to begin with. I'm only used to like newer vehicles and how those are put together. But I've heard that with these, all you have to do is literally put a pry tool in from the inside, pry it out, and the entire window with gasket will just kind of pop out. So I'm hoping it's that easy, but we are going to see if it is that easy. Now you can see on the front of the vehicle, the front doors already have the trim, and I much prefer that look over this look, because this gasket, it simply looks too big. Like, it looks super thick and it takes away the flash. But again, I'm a big fan of bright work. So we're going to get all of this tackled and see if I know what I'm doing, but there's a chance I have no idea. And so as you can see right there, that's kind of what we're shooting for, kind of the boomerang look down on the bottom. So we have a piece that goes right here on the fender, down across the door, and then up on the quarter panel to meet this trim. Shouldn't be that bad, but as you guys saw in the interior video, just because it shouldn't be doesn't mean it won't be. We're going to start with the easiest things first here, the gravel guards with a simple piece of weather stripping. So this is just going to go right here on the outside, and then these tabs right here are just going to bend around the edge of the fender and clamp it to the car. All right, so I got them installed. I like the way they look, but the quality of them is a little suspect. The top fits all right, I guess, but as you can see down here, that doesn't fit too hot. So I'm gonna have to get some double-sided tape from work, toss that in there to kind of lock it in place and see how it works. Again, they were cheap, not a huge investment on these, but I do like the look of having them on there. So we're going to run it for a little bit, see if I like it or if I end up wanting to take them off. Driver's side is on. This side fits much better, and I think it's literally just because I need to bend it to fit. I had to just kind of use a little bit of force to shape this better, and overall this one fits much better. So I'm going to go back to the passenger side and make it fit better. Final conclusion on the passenger side, it does not fit as well as the driver's side, which I guess could be expected because I didn't spend a lot on these. But as you can see, just bending it to try to make it fit, it left these permanent marks in it. So I have some chrome vinyl wrap at the shop, and I'm going to wrap this entire thing in chrome vinyl, so it will look like a mirror once again, and probably even better finish than this, because as you can see, it's shiny, but it's not like a mirror quite like I want. So that should fix that issue. Now, next thing on the list, we got this flash trim from air-cooled accessories, and this is just going to be a bunch of tape, trial and error, make it fit right and stick it. But that's something that is super easy for me, because at work I do a ton of double-sided tape on car emblems and side trims and everything like that. So this is all within my wheelhouse, and it should turn out pretty clean. So without too much frustration, I got the driver's side mocked up here. And overall it fits pretty well. So I've got those trims lined up pretty well. This is not final, it's not stuck obviously. That one is just going to butt up against the front trim. The door is definitely the hardest part. It's pretty long, and the curvature of it, as you can see, it's popping off there, and then it has to twist a little bit up here. So this one needs some finessing to get to line up better, which I'm going to work on, and I'm pretty satisfied with fitment on the rear. The front is obviously super easy. By the way, for those of you that said my mirrors, I needed to turn them around, I thought you guys meant like flip sides, which didn't make any sense to me, so I wasn't doing anything with it. But then it finally clicked that these were rotated inward, and that's why they suck so bad to see out of. So I took the mirror, rotated it out, and guess what? They work 10 times better, and I can actually see out of my mirrors. So thank you guys for dropping a comment and letting me know. I really appreciate it. If you guys see anything else that, you know, I would benefit from, something silly that I'm missing like that, please drop a comment and let me know. It is much appreciated. So now that I'm happy with the fitment on the side trim, I'm going to use a piece of tape and actually outline where everything goes. That way I can pull these off, make sure fitment is final, and I don't have to find placement again. I just butt it up to the tape and everything is gravy. I've got my tape lines ready to rock. I've already stuck the front one because that is pretty self-explanatory how it fits. I've got adhesive on all of the trim pieces for the side except for the door because I'm still working on heating that up to get this to twist a little bit to fit, but I'm going to go ahead and get the quarter done. The finger's already done, and then we will match up the door. And there we go. I'm digging it. It's definitely what I was looking for. I've always liked bugs with this style trim on the side. In my previous bug, I did a two-tone from this body line down. So I wanted to switch it up this go around, and I can get down with it, man. That looks good. Cool. Everything fits pretty well here. I did a decent job curving this trim and molding it to fit. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Let's go do the other side. And just like that, we've got the passenger side trim installed and the driver's side. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. Do you like the Aussie trim, or are you more of a stock trim type of person? I'm digging this. I've wanted it for years, and I really like the way it looks. Oh. Psych. Okay, on to window trims. All right, we're in the back of the bug here. It's time to try to take out this window trim. Like I said, from what I've seen, it's just a pry tool on the inside, kind of pry the seal up and over the metal frame, and everything should work. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the quarter windows. I feel like those are going to be the easiest, and we are just going to pry this over and see what happens. All right, so we're finally back out here in the garage. We've got my buddy Cody out here to give me a hand. He does windshields for a living. So we are going to try and knock out all the glass on this today. He's not super familiar with old cars and this style of trim and seal, but I think we got it. We're gonna start with the windshield here, and then we're gonna move to the quarters and the rear window.
We'll figure it out for sure.
That's right. So right now he's breaking the seal loose with the tool, and we should just have to pry the seal up over the metal, get it out, and then rope it in with the new seal and the trim. So you're just trying to pick that seal up off the flange?
I'm trying to do it all the way around first, just to more or less loosen it up.
Okay.
In case it's like kind of sticking to the body, and then we'll try and get a little more aggressive to try and get the glass to want to come out.
So far, this looks like it's taking way more force than I expected it would. In my head, I was going to use a plastic pry tool and just stick it in the seal and like pry it over.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
That's why we call the professionals. I don't know what I'm doing. For the sake of hoping to keep the pieces of glass to just reuse them, we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut the seal from the inside so we don't have to apply as much pressure to try to get it to fold around. This way, the glass will basically just fall out to the outside, and we're hoping that makes this a lot easier. So Cody has already started that, and he is running the blade on the inside to take care of that seal, and we'll see if that gets us what we're looking for. So knocking out that seal just a little bit on the inside right here, made huge progress, super quick. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to, man, that is so sketchy. Just because you think so?
Yeah, I'd imagine it's still laminated.
Woo, boy! Easy money for Cody. This is why you call the professionals, folks.
I'm not shaking.
We've got the new gasket attempting to go on the glass here, and we were looking at a diagram to try to figure out how these trims lock in to the seal and what the best order of operations is. So we're going to put the seal on the glass and then trim on the seal, clip it in, and then rope it into the car. We'll see what happens. After probably 30 minutes or so, we have the gasket on and half of this trim. A lot of this was trying to learn what we were actually supposed to be doing, but we've got this in here. It's set in nicely halfway. Grab the other side, toss her in, and snap some clips on it. We've made good progress on this, but mentally we're getting kind of exhausted dealing with this one because it's being a problem. So we are going to go ahead and cut out this quarter, pull it out, and see if starting with the trim in the gasket and then gasket to glass is a better order of operation than what we're doing over here, because this is frustrating. There she goes. Got it?
You got it?
I got it?
Cool.
Cool. Quarter glass one is out. We're gonna try this other method. So as you guys can see, we have the trim in the gasket off the glass, and it went in like 2 minutes opposed to 40. So now we have to try to put the glass in this without the trim falling out, and we're gonna see how that goes. Seems like a bottom's fucking the hard one, because this shit's pretty much in up here.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be because you are.
Bro, that sounds so chunky.
Yeah, so good. It's tight.
Dude, what the fuck? Cody, give me an update.
Well, we're a bit tired, but we're getting there. The chrome's all in on this one. The lace is all good to go, the rope I should say, and we're gonna try and get it in the bug.
All right, and the windshield we have together as well. So this one, aside from this clip, is ready to get roped in. This is a huge pain in the ass. This is way harder than we expected it to be. So if you guys are going to do the same thing, I recommend watching some videos or getting somebody who is very experienced with this, or just take it somewhere, because this shit sucks. We're a couple hours in on this, and we're about to put the first window in. Let's see how it goes.
Oh my god, dude. It does kind of fit weird. Or give it a little tap. Oh. Alright, let's yank it. What's the syrup?
All right, round one did not work very well, so here we go with round two. We're gonna see if we have better luck this time.
See the circle motion there?
Yeah.
I feel like it's moving. Probably tripping, but.
Fucking victory. The first one took us,
One down.
I don't know, dude, 30 minutes to get in probably. So the problem is, when we are putting this in, you have to rope this lip around, but the problem is we didn't lube up the body enough, so the window gets so caught right here that it won't go in. So when you try to flip that lip around the edge of the body, it doesn't go anywhere. But we're done. It looks so much better than the previous one, but that was so much work. So we're gonna try this windshield next, now that we know the correct process. And we're gonna see if that one goes in a little bit easier. All right, it's windshield time. We lubed it up way better this time, so hopefully this does what we need. Let's see.
I forgot about that. That shit in the way. Please stay on the fucking glass.
Yeah, dude, that just like, you feel it sliding in.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so much better. Okay,
Alright.
let's fucking give it a try.
I'm gonna grab a cup.
Because the gasket at the bottom is sucking in.
Oh, see it? Fuck.
Oh, that felt like that moved a tiny bit.
Did it?
I don't know, it kind of felt like it. It's been 5 hours since we've started this. The windshield is done, the driver quarter is done, the passenger quarter has been removed, and the rear window has not been touched. It is way harder than we anticipated, but I really like the way it looks. Adding the chrome trim around this, and this already had the chrome, and now this as well. Overall, it looks 10 times better, but you know, Cody has been putting in some work here, so huge shout out to Cody. This is gonna do it for today's video. I'm gonna tackle these other two windows. I'm not gonna film it because it's just the same thing over and over. Overall, this was way harder than I anticipated it to be. I appreciate Cody coming to help me, and I really like the way it looks. So the other two windows, I'm not going to film. I'm just gonna knock those out once I have some free time to tackle them and some other help as well. But tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is Sunday, which means I have a bunch of friends coming over, and we are going to tackle the full air ride install, hopefully in one day, because this thing has to go to a body shop the next day on Monday. So stay tuned for next video, guys, where you guys will see the absolute mad dash to install the air ride on this. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.